Hello and thank you for joining us. Welcome to This Week in Campbell Football. I'm your host, Chris Hamar, alongside head coach of Campbell Football, Mike Minter. And it's a quick turnaround this week as Campbell gets set to face Charleston Southern. And Coach, I guess take me through what the past couple of days have been like, starting with what you told the guys in that locker room after the App State game on Saturday.
Well, you know, to me, as a football player, you always want to know where you're at. And we knew going into the season how hard it was going to be against App State. I mean, after a hard-fought battle with Charlotte, and you still lose 33-9, and had an opportunity to score some more points in there to make it a little bit closer. But then you got to turn around and go to App State after they just got thumped by a Michigan football team. I knew and we knew going into it was going to be tough. And so what I told the guys is, look, know why we was here, understand, you know, what we need to learn from it. It also showed you the difference between an FBS program and a non-scholarship FCS program. It's a difference. You know, they got 85 guys like our top 5 dudes, you know. So when they subbing, it didn't look like it was dropping. And they was going down to the 3rd and 4th walk-ons, and it was tough. And so, you know, I just try to let our guys know that, you know, it's not a reflection of you as much as it is a reflection of 85 strong scholarships to 0 scholarships. That's what that was. And so we tried to get out of there with no injuries. I think we did that. You got some guys with some bumps and bruises, but you know, at the end of the day, man, don't let that kill your confidence about what our job is. And our job is to win the PFL. That's what it's all about. Not beating App State. It's winning the PFL.
Well, Coach, you knew going in the tough non-conference schedule that you had. The scholarships go down to about in the 50s, but unfortunately, you're playing a Charleston Southern team that finished last year ranked 22nd in the country. I tell everybody that intentionally this schedule wasn't put up like this. When the contract was made, you know Charleston Southern was at the bottom of FCS scholarship teams, so this was a game that was looked at as, you know what, this might be something good going into the season. A lot of things have changed with the coaching staff and how they run things there, so you have to go down on a quick turnaround on Thursday night, this Thursday night at 7, and play a previously ranked Charleston Southern team. How do you do that one?
Oh, man, if I had the answer to that, you know, we'll be talking about great wins, you know, beating App State. So it's going to be tough. We know that 4 days to get prepared for an option football team. The great thing is we had a chance to play them last year, so we know their personnel. We know what they're about. They got a new quarterback, a quarterback that can throw the football now. So the turnaround is going to be tough, but it's not as bad because we played these guys last year. Now, they're a better football team, I believe, than last year, and so it's going to be real tough on our defense to be disciplined, to stay, you know, to your responsibility. Don't get outside of that. And then offensively, we've got to score some points. And so, you know, regardless of the short week, at the end of the day, we got to be able to, you know, tackle people and score points on offense, no matter who we playing.
You're in the middle of it right now, Coach, but this is a very unique situation. In Charleston Southern, they did play Saturday as well, but kind of describe for me what the last couple of days, 48 hours have been like. You guys didn't get back from App State until 2:30 early Sunday morning. So what's it been like for you the last couple of days?
Well, we got back about 2:30. I slept on my couch in the office. Woke up about 6 o'clock, you know, got a shower and went right to work, ready to go. The guys came in. I had my staff come in around about 9 o'clock that morning so they can go home and get some sleep. And you know, it was right on to Charleston Southern. What are they doing defensively that we could take advantage of from an offensive standpoint? What kind of personnel do they have? And then same thing from a defensive standpoint. So, you know, we got to, again, come up with a whole week game plan in about 12 hours. And so, you know, the coach was going at it, and we had to practice. So we normally don't practice the day after a game, and so once we got done putting our game plan together, we had the guys come in at 3 o'clock for a team meeting, and then we went straight into you know, meeting for everything else. So it was pretty rough with how we had to do things, but I think we got it done. We got a light practice in yesterday with no pads, and so imagine coming off the FBS opponent, getting home at 2:30 and practicing that night, and that's really what happened.
You guys undefeated in the PFL right now, and that's what it's all about, and you'll have plenty of time to rest and prepare for that game against Valpo.
Oh, you hit it right on the head. You know, let's go down and let's play a strong competitive game with Charleston Southern and see what we can get done there. And then after Friday, all those 3 games is what can we learn from those 3 games that we can take into the bye week to work on so we can get ready for conference. And the great thing is that 3 tough opponents, but you got, you know, 15, 18 days of you know, resting before you have to take on Valpo, which would be the first conference game at home, which would be real big for us. And so, again, it's all about the confidence. It's all about being a team. It's all about playing physical. Can we continue to do that this week as we, you know, get rest as we go into Valpo?
The next home game is going to be September 27th here at home. It kicks off, this is good news for everybody, 5 home games in 7 weeks as Campbell will finally be back in the friendly confines. But coming up this Thursday, they'll take on Charleston Southern, an FCS scholarship opponent. That game you can see for free on the Big South Network, just like you do for the home games here at Barker Lane Stadium. Will also be on the air at GoCamels.com and 107.3 FM. This is This Week in Campbell Football. I'm Chris Samar for Mike Minter saying so long. We'll see you next week.